There are two reasons that um, a news story can get our attention. One is that it's something that's very relevant to our lives or the lives of people in general. For example, medical researchers curing some really bad disease. That would be really big news. Um, it wouldn't necessarily be something that's a big that's the hugest surprise that you could get, but it would be big because of its relevance to humanity. Okay, another reason that a story can be news is because it's just incredibly interesting. For example, we just found out that that years ago there were a race of aliens that existed on Jupiter. Okay, they're all extinct now, but they were there at one point. Okay, that would be incredibly interesting. It may not mean shit to us as far as our day-to-day lives, but it would certainly be something that we'd all be interested in knowing about, I think. Okay. So if you told me yesterday, like, okay, guess what? Tomorrow morning you're either going to read about a race of aliens that existed on Jupiter that we just learned about, or what I actually just read, I would have actually went with the former. Um, I would have thought that was more likely. And so, yeah, this was pretty big news. And I'm sure at this point you all know what I'm talking about because, I mean, how could you not? This is the biggest. This story is like, I can't even really get my head around how big it is. So, anyway. Okay, so I'm going to lay it on you. And I know at this point you've all heard it. You all already know what I'm going to talk about. But this is just for anybody who might see the video later on and not match the timeline up in their memory of when that this is the date that they first heard this. So, okay. People magazine has determined who they believe to be the most beautiful woman in the world. Okay. Now, okay, so far, nothing interesting. All right. They do this all the time. All right. So, first of all, I'm not claiming that they have any particular authority on this. I mean, they are People magazine, so people should be their expertise. But I mean, beauty is a very subjective thing, and if one person prefers X girl and this guy prefers Y girl, and there's not really a whole lot that they can say in the way of constructive dialogue to really change each other's minds, and so there's not too much you could do other than just sort of, well, I guess we can just ask a lot of other people and see what they think, but it's not really a whole lot of right and wrong here. So I'm not claiming they're any kind of an authority on this, but whatever, they picked whoever they think it is. That's all you need. Okay, all you need here is that People magazine picked who they believe the prettiest, the most beautiful woman in the world is. Okay, are you ready for this? Okay. It was, well, I'm saying it's going to be fucking suspenseful. At this point, you already know. But it was Gwyneth Paltrow, the actress. Okay. How huge is that? I was like, whoa, wow. I'm blown away, right? I don't even know what to say to this. This is like, it's just beyond me. Now, like I said, beauty, very subjective thing. So Gwyneth Paltrow, she's certainly cute. She sort of has a kind of bunny rabbit cuteness sort of look, I think. And hey, probably, I might go for someone with a little bit different look, personally, but that's not so big a deal. The fact that against any single human being, like against any specific one person, there could be someone choosing her. Certainly within reason. Okay, so pick X girl from wherever, compare her to Gwyneth Paltrow. Not a big surprise that lots of people would choose either way. So nothing surprising there. But so there's nothing about that. But wow. The most beautiful woman in the world. Okay. So anyway, it's just, I guess I don't have that much really constructive to add to it, other than just how amazed I am by the whole thing. What's that? Oh, you don't see what the big deal is? What do you mean? Did apparently I didn't communicate the story effectively. Gwyneth Paltrow was determined to be the most beautiful woman in the world by People magazine. Did you not get that? Yeah, you heard it. Okay, so and you're not seeing what the big deal is. Please tell me, you in my audience, you are aware of the magnitude of what has happened. Please don't tell me that you're actually sitting there like, well, I don't care what the issue ain't goddamn difference to me. Please tell me you're aware of the magnitude of what happened. People magazine conducted a study to determine who the most beautiful woman in the world was. Okay, got it. And it was someone who happened to be famous already. You realize what a small percentage of the world's population is already a celebrity? I mean, it's like almost nothing. And the person they chose actually was such a person. It's like kind of mind-boggling. I mean, let's put it in this terms. Let's say that there are, who do you think the 350, if you were to take the 350 most famous women on Earth, would Gwyneth Paltrow have been one of them before this? Yeah, I think so. Okay. All right. Okay. Now there's 3.5 billion women in the world. So the chance that the most beautiful woman would be in this very small subset of the 350 most famous is 1 in 10 million. Do you see now what the big deal is? 1 in 10 million. Like, shit that unlikely doesn't... What? What's that you say? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you're saying that, well, it would be expected that beautiful people would be overrepresented in terms of celebrity. Celebrities tend to be more attractive than the run of the mill fuckers like me. Um, so so random celebrity against just an arbitrary person, the celebrity rates. Okay, so it's not quite proportional. Okay, I'll give you that, but it can't be that far out of proportion, can it? I mean, it's not that hard to see somebody who's looks more attractive than lots of celebrities. I mean, I would have been sure that it would have been. I mean, like that. It would be pretty likely that the most beautiful woman in the world would be like, somebody from some lady from like an obscure part of like Argentina or something, who's like just drop dead gorgeous. But she's not famous because she can't act or sing. I mean, because like very, very, very few people can act or sing. But a lot of people are good looking. So yeah, I would have thought that would be. What's that you say? Oh, you don't say. Oh, that can't be. No, 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 no. No. This guy's out of his mind. I mean, I'm just gonna check something on the computer. I'm getting some really. This guy's. Wow. Oh. It appears, you're not going to believe this, that the little guy in my computer here said, and I thought he was just yanking my chain on this, that little contests like this, the most beautiful woman alive, the sexiest woman alive, the sexiest man alive, the sexiest man of the year, so forth, actually happen all the time. Okay, yeah, all right, I give you that. Yeah, they happen all the time, but it's the big part. It's always a celebrity. It's always someone who's already famous. I mean, I don't. Wow, I mean, like happening once, like I can wrap my head around it, but happening twice. I mean, like 1 in 10 million happening twice. Whew, okay, getting a bit, and then happening. But every time I'm just looking. I mean, I'm just looking one after another. I mean, he's right. It's always a celebrity. It's always somebody already famous. I mean, I don't know how this could be. It's like I can't believe that. I mean, how I don't know what to say now. I must be hallucinating or something, because any explanation is more likely than that. I mean, that every year and every time anyone studies it, the most famous person alive happens to be, or not the most famous, but the most beautiful or sexiest or whatever person alive just happens to be able to act or sing or play a sport. I mean, like, you realize, like, very small percentage of the population can do any of that. Like, and they're always just happen to be the most beautiful. I can't get my head around how that can possibly happen every time. I don't get it. I mean, what am I missing here? it's just, there's no way. It would be every, I mean, my God, I was okay. I know, I mean, how is this not the only thing anyone ever talks about? I mean, it's literally every fucking time. I mean, over 10 million to God only knows what fucking power every time one of these has been done, and it's still happening. Like, it happens how is anyone ever talking about anything else? How is this not the most, there is no bigger news. There can't be. I mean, I mean, why don't people point to this when they're talking about, like, when they're making arguments for, like, the existence of God or something? Like, yeah, you don't believe in God? Well, let me ask you this then. You think just by random chance the sexiest people alive just happen to have a special talent that makes them famous? You think that just happened by chance? You think just natural selection somehow just spit that out? I mean, man, why don't they use that argument? Because, like, I would be sitting there like, yeah, I don't know what the probability of a God existing is, but fuck, it's gotta be more than that. I mean, yeah, shit, I can't argue with that. Holy fuck. We gotta study this shit in other animals and figure out what's like in like insects and like monkeys and but I mean, we have to figure out a way to determine who they kind of perceive as beautiful, but wow. Holy shit. I have no idea. I don't know what to say. I'm probably going to take my channel down because I didn't really feel like I didn't really feel like all my cynicism now just really, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it because it just doesn't really seem like it accurately models the world anymore. The most unlikely, when an event this unlikely can occur, I don't know what to think. So,